What is going on, everyone? Today we're going to look at what is going on in the markets, as we always do. If you enjoy this kind of content, leave a like and subscribe, share with a friend that needs the update. We're going to have a look at the Metaverse today, NFTs, what is Bitcoin doing, what the cryptocurrency world is doing, and upcoming opportunities we can get. Stick around until the end of the video for a special treat at the end. Let's go. The market today is actually recovering. We have a 5.39% increase since yesterday. Now Bitcoin is at $48,647. Nobody knows what Bitcoin will do in the following days, but the market always follows Bitcoin. So what we need to do, as I mentioned countless times on the channel, is study the Bitcoin, see the movements Bitcoin is doing, make an informed decision on what will follow. Because what Bitcoin is doing today, the following days, altcoins are going to follow, Ethereum is going to follow, gaming coins are going to follow. Not all of them, obviously, but the projects you're interested in, you should keep an eye on and see what kind of movements they do. Don't be romantic. When you see a good exit point, exit. If you want to do a dollar cost averaging technique, do it. As we spoke in a different video, do not get romantic with your investments. Act with logic, not emotion. You can see the massive jump in price from $46,961 to $48,626. This happened over the course of a few hours. Now, that's the power of Bitcoin. What we here see Plan B tell us still is that he believes with a small miracle, Bitcoin could reach close to 100,000. I'm not really sure, me personally, what will happen. I'm estimating around 80. What do you guys think? You should always do your own research, obviously. But what do you think will happen with Bitcoin right now? As we can see here on the chart, we are closer to the lower spectrum. We still didn't go completely off of the movements he is speculating. But we shall see what will happen in the following days. In other news, Bitcoin wobbles below 46,000. That was at the beginning of the day. But one Bitcoin passes 800 Turkish Lira for the first time. This is what inflation can do to a fiat currency. This is what Turkey has been going through right now, because there are people in Turkey with the current inflation that cannot buy a car. Not even a car. First material needs like food or milk is getting crazy expensive. Am I saying buy Bitcoin? No. What I'm saying is do your research and be prepared. Allocate some of your wealth, if after you do your own research, you end up deciding that this is worth it, into an asset that tries to keep up with the inflation. Don't keep all of your eggs in one basket. Now, in other news as well, Bitcoin tests yearly moving average as 100K by Christmas, needs a small miracle. If we look at the charts, it's been a bumpy ride. Maybe the market is a bit manipulated as well. Nobody can say for sure. But at the end of the day, Bitcoin is where the money is at. Everything follows Bitcoin. So this cycle looks to be different than the previous cycles. A lot of people speculate that it's going to be an extended bull run, an extended cycle. Data shows that still we are following patterns of previous cycles, but the end of this year will determine what kind of cycle we are in and where there's going to be the blow off top. If this bubble is going to blow, if this bubble is going to burst at any time soon. We need to keep up with the market and be ready, always be prepared, and have an exit strategy, an exit plan in place. I have another video regarding this. Have a look around the channel. I'm sure you will find it helpful. In other bullish news for Bitcoin, Jack Dorsey, the former CEO of Twitter, replied to a Cardi B random tweet. And I quote, Cardi B said, "Do you think crypto is going to replace the dollar?" And actually Jack said, yes, Bitcoin will. What do you guys think? Can Bitcoin actually replace the dollar? Is Bitcoin going to replace gold? Is it going to be a reserve currency? Is Ethereum going to replace the dollar? Is another cryptocurrency going to replace the dollar? How do you think the future of crypto is going to look like? Is, for example, the Lightning Network on top of Bitcoin going to replace transactions? Is Ethereum going to replace transactions? So many things could happen. We need to be prepared and be careful with our investments, of course. We have to follow this kind of news because Jack is all in on Bitcoin. He's very bullish on Bitcoin. Maybe he's a bit biased as well. We need to be more of a conservative kind of investor. I'm not saying speculate. I'm not saying speculate only, but you need to look at the full picture and both sides of the coin. You need to be always looking at this from an objective point of view. Now, Ethereum pushed over $4,000. That's very good news. I'm very bullish on Ethereum. If you've been following this channel and me on Instagram or Twitter, you know that I love Ethereum. I believe Ethereum is the base for everything that's being built right now. NFTs, a ton of projects, DeFi, obviously other blockchains as well, really attract projects and developers, but Ethereum is leading the race right now. And if Ethereum 2.0 is a success, you know what's going to happen. Instagram is working on bringing NFTs to a wider audience, which could be massive because Instagram needs the extra boost right now. TikTok is taking over with the actual format it's actually built on, not an algorithm. There is an algorithm on TikTok, not like Instagram though. It's different. You have much more exposure on TikTok right now. Maybe because it's a bit early, it hasn't really matured as Instagram did. And as we saw with Facebook, because in the beginning, Facebook used different timelines and then it switched to an algorithm. Instagram did the same. Now TikTok is doing the same. Who is going to be the next platform? Maybe decentralized, maybe on the blockchain. Again, we have to wait and see. Try to get in early because always you benefit more from these projects when you get in early. So we have to keep our eyes open for the next big project on the blockchain in regards to social. If you want to be early, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because I always share really crucial and important information as they happen. I'm sure everybody followed what Adidas did when they launched their first ever NFT. That was very clever. They bought 3 big projects and they recycled them and used them to actually make an even bigger launch and make around $43 million in 72 hours. They actually spent their money to buy a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT, a G-Money NFT, and a Punks Comic NFT to actually flip it and make 43 million. That's very smart. But how they handled the actual minting was not so good for the public launch because I did click on Mint Now, I did connect my wallet and the transaction failed because there were actual other people that use smart contracts to create multiple wallets. It's a different story. I shared everything on Instagram and how it happened, which did actually take away from someone's chance to actually mint one. In other words, these companies need to figure out how to make this work. If it was a smaller brand, maybe I could accept a mistake, but Adidas, come on, you're huge. Make sure you handle these things correctly. So they actually came out and said, sorry for those hurt by gas. But really, Adidas? Really? I'm not expecting you to pay me back for the gas that I lost. It's like $100. Okay, but for someone, $100 may be a lot of money. So when you launch these kinds of NFTs and these projects and these minting projects, make sure you make everything as you should. Take precautions, make it work. Now, in other Metaverse news, Chinese companies embark on a Metaverse trademark race. So if China is going to get involved in the Metaverse, it's going to be massive. They have 1/3 almost of the world's population. So you could expect big things. And if new people get introduced to the Metaverse, I'm only expecting the big projects to get bigger and maybe smaller projects to actually increase even more in value because China is a very big player. Very big player. So keep an eye out on China. We'll see where this takes us in the future and how it will affect other projects as well. Elon Musk believes the Metaverse right now is more of a marketing buzzword, and I could somewhat agree because people actually use this buzzword to sell their projects. However, we need to be careful and do our own research. Thank you so much for sticking until the end. These have been the news of the day. We are going to wrap up with Elon Musk. Make sure you check out the Discord down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy these kinds of videos. I'm going to be actually sharing more details with news every day on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.